I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Colin McGuigan for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Absolutely delighted to be joined by Kell Brook. Kell, how are you keeping, mate? You all good?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well.
Appreciate you coming on IFL and doing this. Let's get straight to it. We've seen the news today. Amir Khan has tested positive for histamine in the aftermath of your fight in February 2022. So where and when did you first hear about this?
I heard about it today. I heard it when everyone else heard about it. You know, what I'm disgusted about, you know, it's been over a year since we boxed. Finding out, you know, this guy has been cheating in the fight what we had. You know, it's makes me feel sick.
Obviously, there was bad blood going into this fight between you and Amir, and at the end of it, you kind of embraced it and you respected each other, and you came out and you said that you respect him as a fighter and stuff. Does this taint that image of Amir Khan in your head?
Absolutely. You know, I even reached out to him again, you know, followed him on Instagram, you know, written him a private message on there saying, you know, forget about the bad blood, you're nothing but love, you know, you know, we got it on for the fans and wish you and your family all the best. You know, after seeing and hearing about this today, you know, he's been straight away unfollowed because he's gone in there. I've got 3 beautiful kids. He's gone in there to try and hurt me on some kind of drug what he's been on. You know, and it's a fucking joke.
Whenever I say to you that Amir Khan has stated in the Guardian article today that he accepts the charge, but the ingestion of histamine was not intentional, what are your thoughts to that?
I just think that obviously his back's against the wall. He's just gonna, you know, it's the same thing with everyone who's been caught out. You know, that they didn't know and this and it were this, it were that. At the end of the day, it was in you, and you were going in that fight with a drug to enhance you on hurting me in the sport you can legally get killed in. You know, so you know it's not about he didn't know. You know, it's in your system. You know exactly it's in your system. You've gone in there to have bad intentions to hurt me bad, to win the fight. No, you know, at all costs, which has come back and bit him in the arse. You know, bad.
Just to be clear, as per the Guardian article here, there was a hearing in late January. First of all, were you aware of that hearing at all? No,
obviously not aware of anything.
Okay.
No, do you know what? Not heard. You know, the UCAD's not informed me. Ben Sean's not informed me. No fuckers informed me. I were in Costa Coffee having a coffee, you know, and you know, going through my Instagram where this breaking news. This is when I've heard it when I've seen it in Costa. That's all I know.
So he was then charged on the 21st of February, and you had no knowledge of this either. So where does the blame lie there? Do you feel that maybe the promoter? So basically, the whole information that we've got is whenever there's a positive UCAD test, they will inform the offending party. So that's Amir Khan, right? They'll also inform the promoter, which is Ben Shalom and Boxer, and the board, the British Boxing Board of Control, would have been informed of this. Why do you feel like no one has informed you?
You know, it's still ongoing. You know, I've spoke to Ben today. Going mad with him, like, what's going on, Ben? Why, you know, do you know anything about it? And he's saying, you know, he swears to me that he's found out today as well. He's not heard nothing about it until today. You know, but you know, it baffles me that the boxing board's not being in touch. UCAD, Ben, you know, it's just like, you know, I've been at gym early this morning, an early session. I've been asleep, you know, switched my phone off from it. So I've still not, you know, this is definitely ongoing. You know, I need to know what's going off. Like, why aren't I being informed? This guy's been cheating in a fight what happened over a year ago, and I've just heard about it today.
I'll put this to you, right? So Boxer have said that they didn't know about it, which is their word basically at the moment. And what we're saying is the Boxing Board of Control had to know, so they haven't informed you. So technically, you know, some would say that they're maybe liable. But when I put it to you that Amir Khan came into the ring against you and tried to take you out of there, he could have taken you out of there and seriously injured you at the time, or your career. He could have ended your career. I know we're talking about a comeback now. Do you think that this conversation would be a whole lot different if Amir Khan had come in to the ring, knocked you out, and then this test result had come out 12 months later?
Absolutely. You know, it could be a complete different story. I could be, you know, in a wheelchair now. You know, him, you know, seriously destroyed my life, kill me, you know, make me cripple forever, you know, and because I won, people are, you know, not gonna forget about it. You know, at the end of the day, he came into that ring cheating. He come into that ring, no, you know, trying to boost himself up or whatever he's done, whatever this drug is, you know, trying to get the advantage on me instead of doing it in a 12-week camp naturally, resting and doing what he should be doing. He's taking drugs to enhance his performance so he can seriously hurt me in that ring he can legally get killed in. You know, he needs to pay bad.
Do you think a 2-year ban for the sport whenever he's already retired is sufficient enough?
He should never fight again. If he could kind of think of coming back, he should never fight again. What he's tried to do in that ring against me, you know, it just makes me think of my 3 kids. Like, you know, that the dad might have be impaired, like not, you know, not the same guy, you know, and he's coming to that ring to do that. You know, he's coming to try and take me out with the enhancement, you know, the PEDs, the performance enhancement drugs, to try and boost him up and trying to win, trying to do everything he could. You know, he was the one what saying drug test me. I must have been drug tested. I've lost count how many times I got drug tested in that fight. And all along it we're in what we're doing the cheating in there. It's a fucking joke.
But whenever I say to you as well about, obviously, you know, Amir has now been told he can't box for the next 2 years, but he's already retired, so it doesn't really affect him. Do you think there should be some sort of other punishment, maybe a financial punishment on his fight purse, a forfeit of the purse, or something along those lines? What do you think that should be done here?
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely. You know, just because he's retired, you know, it doesn't mean that, you know, I'm out of the game. You know, at the end of the day, he was cheating in that. You know, if he would continued fighting, he'd be banned for 2 years or plus whatever, you know, and he'd be fined, he'd be sued, he'd be bad. You know, so this is gonna ongoing. He needs to know that you can't, and everyone who's, you know, this comes to lie, you know, that if you take performance enhancing drugs, you're gonna pay bad. You know, you're gonna have your license took off you, you're gonna have to pay a hefty fine, you know. So it's a thing where fighters, you know, shouldn't even think about doing, you know what I mean? So, you know, of course he should be paying for this, you know. End of the day, you know, you ain't got out of this scot-free. As much as this is bad publicity for him, he needs to pay financially. He needs to pay. He needs to let everyone out there know that you can't just fight and then if you get caught retiring, you're not gonna have no punishment. Of course he should.
Amir took a really heavy defeat that night, and he famously said before it, whoever loses this fight will have to live with that for the rest of their life. More importantly now, do you believe that these findings taint Amir's legacy and something that he's going to have to live with for the rest of his life off the back of
He's,
that?
he's gonna have to yeah, live with that. People are gonna think, how long's he been on these drugs? What, of course it's gonna tarnish career terribly. You know, he's gone in there, got an absolute paste in hammering. You know, imagine if he weren't on them drugs, he probably would have gone out in first round. You know, it shows you that he were on all these drugs and he still took a massive hiding. You know, so he's got to live with that beating for the rest of his life. He's got to live with cheating and everyone looking down in shame of him and his performance enhancing drugs, what he's coming to that ring with that night.
You finished him in spectacular fashion that night. Does that make it even sweeter knowing now that he was under the influence of performance enhancing drugs at the time and that you got that win?
Absolutely, you know, for me, it shows you that, you know, he didn't come in there naturally on a level playing field. He came in there enhanced, so it makes me, you know, it shows you the because I knew that whoever lost that fight's got to live with the rest of the life. So it shows me that what I put in, you know, 100% is what I get out. Great performances, and it rockets my confidence up. You know, knowing that he was bolted up to death, and he still took a massive, massive hiding. You know what I mean?
With regards cheating and doping in our sport, what do you think that we can be doing better as a sport to eliminate this?
You know, maybe just advancing the testing, advancing the testing. What, I don't know what else, you know, putting massive bans and fines out there for people, you know, if they're thinking about doing it, you know, that they think shit, you know, and, you know, maybe getting a better governing body to test you. I don't know the ins and outs, but making it like waterproof.
You've had a crazy 14 months since that fight. How are you feeling now mentally, back in training? Are things good with Kell Brook right now?
Things are unbelievable with Kell Brook right now. You know, training, you know, having a routine, being thankful for the higher power, you know, meditating, and just, every day going out there and helping people. That gives me so much energy and love.
I don't know if you've seen my interview with Sugar Ray Leonard, but he had words of encouragement for you. And at the time, he had talked about his own battles with alcohol and drugs. And he said that, for him, it was a really tough battle in leaving the ring, and that's why he turned to it. How much does it mean to you hearing words of encouragement like that from someone like Sugar Ray Leonard?
It means an awful lot. I've got goosebumps even just talking about that, because he's one of my idols, and knowing someone else has had that disease and that struggle, after, the highs, like when you're being out and walking in front of thousands and millions watching around the world, and then it's all you've ever done, all you ever really know, and you're great at doing, and fans and everybody that loves you, that's the sport you do, and then you close the book on it, the chapter on it, at that time, and you're just so lost. And do you know when you hear a superstar, super special legend like Leonard explaining that he went through the same, he were on the same path as me, and how fantastic he's doing now, it's just obviously encouraging to me. And that message needs to be out there, for them 1% people, athletes out there, not just in sport, not just in boxing, all sports, that, there's a way out, there's a solution, and you can be very happy and love life every day.
We've seen a different Kell Brook. We've seen you've got your hunger and your love for the sport back. You're back in the gym. Is the comeback fully on, Kell?
We'll wait and see.
We'll wait and see. That's a good answer, to be fair. We've seen you met Eddie Hearn last week. Did that meeting go well? Was there anything to come out of it that you can tell us about? Or
Yeah, we just had a good old chat, reminiscing on old times. You know what I mean? So, if something's gonna happen, you'll find out. But yeah.
I've seen rumours of Ben and Eubank being made, and some people were saying maybe Pacquiao and Brook, and then in a little mini tournament, the two winners would face off. Is that something you would welcome?
I'm open to discussions. I can't. At the end of the day, at the minute, it's just about my being happy and training, enjoying life, and enjoying myself, and getting healthy and well. And because it's in my blood, it's just inevitable that, I will probably get that itch again, and it can we can discuss things, and things can happen.
Is there other promoters blowing up your phone when they see that photo of you and Eddie Hearn, and they're saying, right, I want to go and sign Kell Brook?
Not really. I just think that, to be honest, we're not giving myself any kind of credit or anything, but I've not seen anything exciting since me and COLM 4. I've not seen anything, and the special one could come back and give the fans the special nights again.
Well, Kell, we look forward to hearing that iconic ring walk, all of the lights again. It'll be magic. Thank you so much for your time on IFL. Really appreciate it, mate, and we'll speak again soon.
All right, top man.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,